Hey Alaska travelers, it's packing day, and here I am in front of my brand new luggage that I got from BJ's, and I'm going to go through and show you how I pack, and why I pack what I pack. So first of all, I've got a 24-inch Samsonite roller wheel piece of luggage, and this one's tightly packed, and then I also have a 20-inch Samsonite roller bag. Both of these were a set, and like I said earlier, I purchased these recently at BJ's because my gold standard green piece of luggage died on our last trip. The wheels came apart after 15 years, so it owed me nothing, but I was kind of sad to get rid of it all at the same time. So I have these two pieces of luggage, and then here's the backpack that I take on my trips. My husband and I each have one identical to this. I do a different color for each of us so that we know whose is who. But there it is. It will carry my laptop because I work while I'm traveling. And my husband's will have a laptop too because he does all the video editing. So there you go. And I just want to go over a couple things about hard-sided luggage. First of all, I highly recommend hard-sided luggage. When your luggage goes on a plane, it doesn't always go immediately on a plane. It can sit out on the tarmac, waiting for the plane to arrive, and sometimes it rains. If it rains, the only risk of your stuff getting wet is at the seam here where the zippers are. So the rest of it is covered. So if it's sitting out in a torrential downpour and it gets wet, maybe only the edges of your luggage, your insides get wet. That's what you want. So I highly recommend hard-sided luggage. However, you want to make sure you always use these belts when you have hard-sided luggage, because like this one's tightly packed. And these zippers are the point of which it could come apart. So when you put these straps on here, it holds it in from coming apart. So it's a safety measure. I put them on both of them, even though this one's my carry-on and I'm the one responsible for it. I still don't want any issues. So I always make sure I put a strap on all of my hard-sided luggage. So that's that. And another tip before you get started going into what's in these pieces of luggage is I always have my own luggage scale because I want to know if this thing is going over 50 pounds before I even get near an airport. Leaving, you can probably use your own scale at home, but what are you going to do once you're in destination? You have to repack and get this on another plane. You don't want to be taking stuff out and rearranging at the airport. So these are like $12, $13 and worth every penny, and I always take it with me. So let's get started. Hey Alaska travelers, I've been wanting to do a video for you for packing for Alaska for a while now, and it's been requested by you, so here we are in front of our luggage. We're leaving in 2 days on our 10-day Alaska cruise tour to Denali and then a 7-day southbound. So this is what we have together. And I've got brand new luggage. So this was a little bit of a learning curve for me because packing in different luggage takes different thought processes sometimes. So here we go. I have over here a 20-inch roller bag carry-on. So this is meant to carry on to the airplane, and it fits the dimensions of most of the airlines. And what I like about this is it's split completely in half. You have one side that has a zipper pouch area to put everything in, and then on this side you have where you can lay all your clothes, and it has the strap to cover it. So in here I have packed enough for 4 days, basically 4 pairs of underwear, socks for a 4-day duration, and enough clothes to wear for that time period. And I do that because I'm carrying it on. If this piece gets lost, I still have enough luggage to get me through to go find somewhere to purchase some items so we can be handled for the rest of the trip. I have hair dryers, flat iron, pouch with socks, underwear separate. This is our toiletries, medicine bag, everything we need. to get us through at least 4 days of our trip. And so I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not somebody that likes to give up my luggage because airlines lose luggage sometimes. So this is a good way of doing that. Small 20-inch bag gets you through everything. I have a spare pair of shoes in here for myself, but everything I need just in case. The big bag, I have our coats in and the rest of our clothes. And again, I like to use these pouches. This is all my clothes for the entire rest of the trip. We're actually going to be gone about 17 days. So in this big bag and the small 20-inch, the big one's about a 24-inch. The small one's a 20-inch. The 24-inch is way bigger than the 20-inch. It's just wider. So you're going to get a lot more space in this one than you are the small one, even though it's only a 4-inch difference when it comes to the actual sizing of it. So we have all that. We have, this is my husband's pants. They're just khaki pants. They're super lightweight, super comfortable for him. He has 3 pairs of those. 1 pair of pants that actually zip off as shorts in case it gets a little warmer than expected. Covers both ends of the spectrum. A very tiny pair of binoculars just in case we want to see farther than what our eyes can see. Always take an extension cord with me, just in case. There's a lot of cruise lines that say you can't have these, but I've never had this confiscated. I always make sure it's tied up really nicely with the original packaging, and maybe that's why I've never had a problem. My husband has a bad back, so I always pack a TENS unit. This is something that's saved us multiple times on our cruises. And let's see what else we got in here. Alaska toe warmers. If my feet get cold, I'm frozen. So this is great for when you're out walking around and it's really cold, it's rainy. This is good for your toes. And I also found that this was very useful on my bus tours. So if we were for like 8 or 9 hours, I found that the floor of the bus was cold. So this kept me warm. This was a lifesaver. You can get these at Home Depot in the winter. It's a good spot for them. Sporting goods stores have them as well. My husband has extra pair of shoes with him. These are big. They take up a lot of room, but I stuffed the insides with other things so that there's no wasted space. And I always take a first aid kit with me. This is the shoe that I personally wear. They're like pleather boots, so they're not real leather. They don't have to be, but they have a really good sole on them. They keep me dry all the way up to the knee. And I've worn these on all of my Alaska cruises and my trips to Europe in the winter, and they're very comfortable. And they, like I said, they keep me dry. So I highly recommend that. I'm taking a neck roll to keep me warm if it's really cold out. And I also have some gloves here. I've not used these on my last 2, but I always feel like I need to take them with me just in case. And put that back in there. Also have a pair of shorts because you just never know. It could be 70 degrees and warm, so we might want that. One thing I haven't put in yet, and I need to, is a bathing suit. So we're going to try to go swimming. We're going on Holland America this time, and they have an indoor pool that is heated. So I really think this would be a great way of relaxing on the ship. We've learned over the years, this will be our 38th cruise, I believe. We never used to go into the pool, but we've found that has really been a great thing in the last 5 or 8 cruises we've done. Instead of going to the shows in the evening, we'll just head to the pool, relax, just unwind from the day, and it kind of just takes some stress off you, even though you're not supposed to be stressed during your cruise. But it ends up being a very relaxing way to end your day. So I've got to get this in these bags. And I also have windbreakers for each of us. So as far as packing goes, as far as what to wear, I always tell people layers. So we usually wear t-shirts, and then I have a lighter weight sweatshirt, and then I have either a jacket, a lightweight jacket, or a heavier coat. So I'm probably going to be wearing, I think it's going to rain for the week we're going to be going. So I have a coat here that has a hood. It's waterproof. It's a little bit heavier. It's got like a velour lining to it. And I think that's what we'll be wearing mostly. So t-shirt, lightweight sweatshirt, and then this winter coat. If it ends up being warm, we have our lightweight jackets, basically a windbreaker with a hood, just to keep the rain off of us if it rains. So that's generally what I wear. I also wear leggings with my boots or jeans. So that is literally what is worn for my 7-day cruise. I like everything. Your pants should match all your shirts, so you don't have to worry about, does this go with this or doesn't go with that? You want everything to kind of work together so you don't have to overpack things just to match this pants with this shirt. I think that's a good rule of thumb. So this right here is all of my clothes for our cruise. I have a bunch of t-shirts. I have a couple long sleeve shirts. And then I have a bunch of shirts, lightweight short sleeve shirts that are pretty much the same shirt. And I do that for a reason. So basically all of these shirts will go with all of my pants that I have. So I don't have to worry about, does this go with this or does this go with that? Everything matches. I can literally pull one of these out and one pair of pants out and I'm good to go. And my pants are either jeans or black leggings. So for this 10-day adventure, I'm taking 4 pairs of black leggings and 2 pairs of jeans. And then I have 3 t-shirts and about 6 other shirts. So this will give me a lot of choices. But keep in mind, with Alaska, it's a very casual experience. So don't expect to have to change a whole lot. Like, you don't have to come back on board and change for dinner. It's not fancy. What you wear at shore, you can really wear to dinner or anywhere on board. So that's a good way of not overpacking, is knowing that you don't have to change to be fancy for dinner. To keep dry, I personally take water resistant pants and I put these right over top of either my jeans or my black leggings, and they just slipped right on and they keep me dry. I've worn these a couple times and it amazed me how beneficial they were. I would have gotten soaked had I not had these on, but literally it just whipped right off of me. These are available on Amazon. I have a list of available things to purchase for your cruise, and this is one of them, and I do highly recommend this for you. As far as outerwear goes, this is the jacket that I wear, and I have had this jacket for years, and it is a mid-weight coat, black. Everything I wear pretty much is black because it matches everything. And it's kind of like a velour feeling of the inside, but it's not super heavy, but it is waterproof. And it has worked really well for me. It's comfortable. It's kind of stylish. At least in my opinion, it's stylish. Maybe not in yours. But it has worked really well for me. So I wear this, probably a lightweight sweatshirt, and then one of the shirts that we talked about earlier. So that if it gets hot, I can take this off and I still have a sweatshirt and a t-shirt on underneath. Or it may be one of those days I just need a t-shirt and this. It works out really well. I also have just a very, very thin, lightweight windbreaker with a hood, and that can be worn in the rain as well. So if it's 70 degrees, I can wear that and a t-shirt, my jeans or leggings. So either way you look at it, it works. And everything matches, like I said earlier. My husband has a coat similar to mine. It's the same type of material. He doesn't like a hood. He wears a hat, so that works for him. Do you have back problems at home? Then you probably could have a back problem when you're actually cruising. So what we do, because my husband has a bad back, is we take one of these, because this is a good way to work the muscles out. if you do end up having a back issue. And then if it's really bad, he also uses a TENS unit. So I always carry one of these in our luggage. These are just two things that don't really leave our luggage, go with us everywhere we go. Another thing to consider on your Alaska cruise is a bathing suit. So we have found on all of our sailings as of recently that we enjoy going swimming at night. We're not huge entertainment show people, so after dinner we like to relax in the pool. So don't forget your bathing suit. And here's ours. Doesn't take too much room up in the suitcase. So hopefully I can get it in here without too much issue. But we're definitely going to try to do that. We're on Holiday America and they have an indoor heated pool. So it should be a perfect time to enjoy the pool. So you're probably wondering, what's in your carry-on? Well, first of all, this is my carry-on bag. We've used it a few times and I really like it. First of all, it has a spot on the side to put your water canteen. We take these empty and we fill them up at the airport, so it saves us a ton of money, and then we have it for the duration of our trip. So if you're doing a train ride, when you're on the plane, or if you're going through the bus tour in Denali, you can always have water. And it's just nice not to have to worry about where am I going to purchase a bottle of water. So this is my carry-on. I put my liquids in here so that they're accessible if at the airport I need to pull them out. I have my lightweight sweatshirt is in here, so this will be good for me for on the plane if it's cold or if I just need to be covered up. I have my snacks. I'm gluten-free, so I always make sure I bring something with me because it is kind of hard to find something at the airport. I have a hat, an umbrella, and this has nice little pouches to keep all this stuff separate. I have charging cables, and in here I'm also going to put my laptop and all of my work stuff. So I tried to be minimal with it, but I work while I'm on these trips. So I have to have my laptop accessible, and this is where this is how I carry it on. And in the front, let's see, I have more snacks, more gluten-free snacks. And I think I have a first aid kit in here because you just don't know. You never know when you're going to need a Band-Aid. And then I have some grape enhancers for water, electrolytes, and that type of thing. I like to have that stuff handy. So that's about it for the actual carry-on that I take on all my trips. It's just a really good bag with lots of little compartments to help you organize what you have. And it's very sturdy as well. So there's that. Well, that's a wrap for our Alaska packing video. If you want some more information about the products that I talked about in my luggage, then look below or go to mytravelingowl.com, and there's a complete list of items on Amazon that you can purchase directly through them. I hope you have a wonderful trip, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. It helps me build more videos just like this for you. Have a great trip.